Hello, lovelies. It's G here from Golden Thread Tarot. How are you doing? I'm here to bring you another channeled message. I hope that this message is finding you blessed, at peace, and full of abundance. Okay, my loves? All right, you guys. So I have a little bit of message, a download that I got last night that Spirit wants for me to share it with you guys today. And then also a little message about what we're going to be getting into today. Okay, so Spirit said, be on the lookout for 222. Okay, I'm actually filming this like right now at 222 as it's coming about, right? Be on the lookout for 222, 223. Also, be on the lookout for February the 22nd as well, right? So it's going to be 2/22 of 22, right? Be on the lookout for that. I'm hearing lovers energy, choice, and a new pathways opening up. Okay, so that's kind of what Spirit wanted to kind of just say, that just be on the lookout for those numbers. So be on the lookout. If you see those numbers, really pay attention to what you were talking about or what you were thinking about or what you were trying to address or who you're talking to. Just be on the lookout if you see those numbers around you. Okay. And today, okay, a little message about the divine masculine. Okay, so a karmic wants a masculine sexually, but they can't but the masculine can't anymore. They have no interest in them physically. Okay, the energy is channeling, and they're channeling their energy into other sources in their life. Okay, I heard something about a game. Okay, so some kind of game, like an actual physical game. Now this could be, I'm not sure what kind of game they're talking about, but I just heard game. Okay, it could be like a video game, a digital game, because I also heard a horde, something like that. Okay, might have it. So some kind of like World of Warcraft, maybe like Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. Possible tabletop games or card games I was hearing. Okay, and then also about digital creative project. So the masculine energy could be working on some kind of digital creative project. Okay. The karmic tried to argue, to engage, but the masculine does not match with that energy anymore. In the past, the karmic used to pull the masculine's energy away from things that they were trying to work on by arguing with them or starting arguments randomly about random things. You know, like the masculine might be working on a project or trying to get work done or trying to get other things done, and they would just burst into the room, or they would come about. It's like, you love that more than me, or you care about that, and let's, you know, just trying to get them to engage in their energy. But the masculine is not working anymore. The arguments and things like that are really not working anymore for the karmic, right? And then it's like people around the masculine or the karmic themselves might be telling them that they're just out of it, that they don't care about it anymore, that they're acting really aloof, or they're acting above it all. And the masculine is like, yeah, no, you're trying to engage me in low vibrational energy. Yeah, like I am above it. I don't feel like arguing with you anymore, right? And they are falling out of alignment with that karmic cycle. Okay. Something about CBC. I don't know what that is, but something also about CBC. And they're also, for some of them, this karmic could also be an ex that they've already broken up with, that they're not in a relationship anymore. Okay, so for some of them, they might still be in this relationship with this karmic, but they're basically just physically there. They're not actually emotionally in a relationship with this person anymore. Okay, if they are dealing with like a karmic ex, this karmic ex could be trying to come back into their life, like a low vibrational ex. Now, this could be like a past karmic partner, okay? It doesn't have to be the one they just recently broke up with or the one that they're in a relationship with right now. But be on the lookout if you are masculine energy for a past low vibrational karmic ex coming back and trying to flirt with you or trying to flirt with other people. So in the past, the karmic might have been able to start fights to bring the masculine energy back into alignment with them, or they might have been able to flirt with other people, and that inspired jealousy within the divine masculine, and it would cause them to start really, you know, like really chasing after them, or really pursuing them again, because they didn't like to see them being flirtatious or being around other masculine energies. But that's also not working anymore because they are no longer in the alignment with jealousy energy. Okay, so and 222 passed when I was just talking about that, and just when I looked up at the clock, it was 223. So all right, so let's get into it. That's what Spirit has to say about it, right? So karmic tricks aren't working for the masculine anymore, okay? I don't know, that's just a little message, or if that's what our, yeah, exactly. Look, the masculine is more, yes, the divine masculine right now is more focused on their recovery, okay? And they're more focused on choosing a new direction as well, okay? Like, they're just like, I'm just not into this anymore. It's just not, yeah, helpful people. They are really paying attention to who they're being surrounded by right now, okay? I really feel like the divine masculine feels very, as they are coming into alignment and they are unaligning with this, they're really aligning with their spirit guides that are around them, trying to help them, right? Choose a new direction, telling them don't stop, keep going. As I'm hearing Archangel Gabriel, so I'm also hearing like the Judgment card, like they're passing judgment, they're getting more information, like as they're waking up, they're being allowed to wake up to the downloads. They're kind of starting to see it as you go. Yeah, they're actually, maybe perhaps this project or other things that they're working on, they're seeing this great opportunity opening up for them, right? And they're realizing that the less that they engage with low vibrational energy, the less they engage with karmic people, the less they engage with karmic mindset within themselves, they're really seeing like a raising of their vibration, and they can feel their difference. And now they're kind of hooked on that. They're kind of chasing after it now. They've gotten a taste of it, and they're like, oh yeah, no. Like, the less I fight, the less I argue, the less I do pettiness, the less I engage in petty behavior, the less I talk shit about other people and do things like that, the better I feel day by day by day. Also, the less I talk shit about myself or talk down about myself, just the better I feel, right? So now that spirit has kind of gotten this little taste of this higher vibrational energy into the divine masculine, they are really chasing after it, right? They're really learning. Yeah, they're realizing, yeah, you're ready, right? The divine is telling them you're ready. You're ready to let go of this past karmic cycle. You're ready to heal, right? Right? They're also really being very sacred with their sexual energy. They have this ankh right here, right? So they're understanding and labeling their sexual energy as sacred, which is why they're just like, I can't engage with this karmic behavior anymore. They're really kind of, and with this, like this altar here, it's kind of like they're like purifying, like spirit is really stepping in to really purify their energy right here. And honestly, like, this unlikely has come in here. I'm being really drawn to the full moon in the background back here. There is something that they have realized is just like, look, like, it's not going to help me. Okay, it's really, I noticed that this angel right here is like, it's reminding me of the moon, right? Because it's like the full moon above the water, and it's like this angel, or like this spirit guide, right? It's like bursting up out of the water. It's really reminding me of Yamaya. Okay, so they might have made a trip to the ocean, or might have had kind of a trippy experience around like water. They could be taking a lot more water in, but it's just like they're realizing, like, they're listening to their intuition now. It's reminding me of the moon card, right? They're not turning their back on their intuition anymore. And the two of swords too, it's reminding me of that as well, right? They're realizing what was actually being a block in their life, and they're realizing that the engaging in that kind of behavior is, you know, it's just like spirit is saying, like, you're ready. It's unlikely that you're going to fall back into this past cycle. So don't be scared. If you're divine masculine watching this, spirit is saying, like, just keep moving forward. Don't worry about your past or past mistakes. Forgive yourselves for any kind of your failures in the past or anything like that, right? Spirit is saying, right, stop looking at them as failures and just allow yourself to say, oh, the past was the past, and now I'm moving on, and now I want to be this, you know, I want to be this version of myself now, moving forward, right? Yes. Thank you, Spirit, right? Spirit saying, let go, right? Let go of your fears of the past. Let go and give into this healing, right? The caduceus, right? I'm seeing like this caduceus right here, like this light caduceus, right? So they're getting these light downloads that are helping them realizing, right? See how this angel's sitting here, and they're like their crown chakra is like lit up here, and they're getting like this light energy downloads that are helping them heal, right? Right, with that recovery energy, right? And it's inspiring them to take action. Something here also about a Pegasus or a unicorn, like a unicorn or a Pegasus is something, is like some kind of symbol right now. Also, the something about perhaps maybe like a wishing upon a shooting star, or like the shooting star energy, like this healing rainbow energy. It's also the rainbows also always remind me of the Ten of Cups, right? Going towards chasing above, taking action on their like chasing after their wish fulfillment, right? Their Ten of Cups moment that they really want to have within themselves, right? Also, too, something about a ring. The divine masculine might have lost a ring or found a ring, something like that too. One more, okay. Okay, well, Yeah, so listen to their intuition, and meditation bring answers, right? Meditation. So the divine masculine's really getting into meditation, and they're seeing, right? That's how they're getting these downloads. They could be even getting visions, right? While they're having these downloads, they have these visions of like these spirit guides coming to them, um, visions of their spirit guides coming to them, telling them, let go of like what is unlikely, let go and allow yourself to heal, right? There is this like, yeah, it's still this moon energy, which is just, right, this, just listening to your intuition here, getting these down again, and this right here, right, getting these light downloads, this healing information, right? It's coming to big happy changes, right? And it's helping the divine masculine trust, right? To trust in themselves, to trust in their spirit guides, to trust in their higher self, right? To trust in themselves, their higher selves, and also spirit as well, right? Absolutely. Let's also see what's being kicked out of the situation, right? No. Okay. So there was two cards that land on the floor, right? So that's really giving me like it's out of this situation, right? There is an opportunity here. Oh, that the divine masculine has said no to, right? They could have like a karmic temptation might have come into their life, right? And this divine masculine's like, no, right? There is an opportunity here that they said no to. Wow. It could be an opportunity that was promising, it's like choosing themselves over choosing money, or choosing some kind of opportunity that was promising to rain down some kind of it's really giving me monetary value, right? So they've said no to something, and spirit is like absolutely, right? They listened, right? Like the heavens opened up. They might have even gone out. They might have gone out on a walk or gone out in nature, right? This meditation right here, this person meditating by the stream, right? And then boom, the heavens open up right by the stream, right? And I said, right, they might have that, might have had that vision, right? Look, it's almost exactly the same, right? Wow, like the angel wings are even pink. So Archangel Shamiel might have come to this person, okay, to have this vision, okay? Shamiel works on the pink ray, right? And they might have come to this person. It could have been at night, or it could have been like as the sun was setting. It could have been around the full moon, okay? This full moon in Cancer that just passed by, right? This person was out, being by themselves, out and out for a walk, or out on something. They could have been on some kind of trip or something like that, or having some kind. They were just um meditating and like really connecting, like really thoroughly with their higher self. And they had this vision, right? Like the clouds kind of opened up and boom, right? Boom, right? Like, again, and again and again. Like some of these spirit guides, like basically showed themselves to this person and was like, hello, like, I'm so happy that you finally opened up enough to the fact, right? So they told them, right, as they came down, they were like, hey, you're going to receive like a temptation, right? You're going to receive an offer. You're going to receive a temptation. You need to swerve it, right? Because it is an offer that you need to say no to. And it might be very tempting, right? We're going to get into more about possibly what this opportunity was, right? But spirit is like, I know that it's going to be very tempting. I know that it's going to kind of draw you in, and it's going to make you feel like, but it's something, no, like you need to walk away from this opportunity because it doesn't serve you, right? It might seem like it's going to serve you, but there are things that, right? Your intuition, right? Intuitively, this person is just like, it seems good on the 3D, but intuitively, there's something about it inside that's giving me the, no, I shouldn't do this kind of vibes. Okay. All right, divine masculine, good for you, right? Absolutely. Let's talk more about the situation. Wow. Yes. So soul contract. So I really feel like this opportunity it was an opportunity. It's giving me like because when I was shuffling the tarot, right? I saw the devil in reverse, right? And I heard saying no to the devil, right? Saying no to a very tempting offer that it's like intuitively there's something here, there's something missing, there's something I don't know. My intuition, right? This moon card, right? There's hidden things, there's illusions here, right? It was part of a soul contract. This divine masculine had to say no to this soul contract. So maybe it was a temptation from a karmic energy. This does not have to be like a relationship or an offer, right? But it is kind of giving me that it's possible that somebody right? A karmic energy offered something physical, something carnal, or something like monetary, some kind of monetary gain, right? To this divine masculine, and they were like, look, that just doesn't vibe with who I am anymore. It was part of a soul contract to say no, right? So it was a choice, right? To choose to raise outright. Oh yeah, excuse me, it's giving me that lover's vibe, right? The lover's vibe. You can choose between a low vibrational version of yourself or a high vibrational version of yourself. And this divine masculine is choosing, right? Their high vibrational version of themselves. They are choosing to see beyond, right? It's giving me the 2 of 1. Yeah, look at you, divine masculine. Master, right? So this person had a master. Oh, okay. So they might have had a master soul or soul guidance come to them. Okay, this person is a teacher to you. They have been put in your life to teach you a valuable lesson, right? This person or this energy came to this person's life and was like, don't do it. Don't do it, right? Wow, this is really, I'm getting like the divine masculine was like, this is really trippy. Yeah, and it was a divine blessing, right? It was a divine blessing. Was this, hey, sorry, you're gonna have to say no to this, right? Yes, exactly, right? Something that was very physical, something that was very 3-dimensional, right? And it was like, you need to say no to this, right? It's something that you're gonna have. Yes, oh my God, look at that. To choose between their lower, to choose between their ego self or their higher self, right? There was this choice, right, that was offered to them, and they chose their higher self, right? In the past, possibly, the divine masculine was tempted by a karmic cycle and fell to that karmic cycle. We all have, right? We've all fell to karmic cycles in our past, right? But it's about concentrating on the good choices that you're making now, right? Wow. This is so cool. Tell me more about this, spirit. Can you tell me something about this unlikely? Thank you. Shadow work. Yes. Right. So it was a shadow, like a, see, the dark cannot exist without the light. Yeah. Forgive yourself is what I'm hearing. Empathy. Yeah. Empath. You can feel others' emotions. Stay positive and release any feelings that aren't yours. Yeah. I really feel like this, it was a compromise. Somebody was asking this divine masculine, okay, or this divine being, to make a compromise, right? Compromise yourself to give me what I, in the past, that's what the divine masculine, that's the choice that they have made, is to choose to compromise themselves, right? To fulfill others people's wishes or to fulfill other people's feelings, to put other people's feelings over their own. It's that this time the divine masculine was like, no, right? No, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to put other people's, feelings before my own. No, I'm not, because yes, because they've been doing this shadow work and they're realizing, right? I can have empathy and compassion and understanding, but I have to have healthy boundaries too, right? I have to have boundaries with people in my life. And that means sometimes saying no, right? That means sometimes saying no to things, right? You know what I'm hearing? Somebody say, oh man, come on, I have this great opportunity. I can get you involved in this. I can give you some quick money. Come on, we can do this. And he was just like, or she was just like, no, I'm good. It's like, what? What do you mean? It's like, no, no. Oh, you all brand new now. You better than this now. Oh, you better than doing this shit now. Like, no, bro, I'm just not into it anymore. Like, nah, I don't want it. Or, somebody being like, oh, you're too good for me now. Like, you think you're glowing up, you're getting this right. Like, you should be grateful to have me in your life or some shit like that. Like, nah, I'm healing myself. Right? Wow. Give yourself a break. Healing takes time and energy. Don't push yourself to heal before you're ready. Yes, right? Forgive yourself. Be there for yourself. Support yourself, right? A really strong soul tribe energy, right? In the in the higher dimension, came to this person and was like, don't do this, right? Don't do this. Wow. Yeah. Chaser. Someone is holding on. Yeah, somebody was yeah, this is karmic energy chasing after this divine masculine, right? Whoever it is, right? Male, female, whoever, however they want to identify themselves, right? coming to them and being like, don't you want to do this? Don't you want to do, like, no, I'm good actually. I'm good on it actually. You know what? No, I'll just go home by myself tonight. I'm good. I'm gonna go home and get a good night's rest. Or no, I'm gonna stay in and work on this project I'm working on. Like, what? Like, yeah, it is what it is. Star, exactly. Enlightenment. Because they got this enlightenment. Holy crap. You're being guided through messages, signs, and dreams. Listen carefully. 16, 52, 23, 18, and 20. Absolutely. They could have had a dream, okay? It also could have came to them in a dream, okay? And they were just like, I've seen this. I know that. No. Swerve. Magician. You are connected to elemental magic, right? This water kind of magic right here. It could have also happened in a bathtub or a pool. Some kind of body of water is involved here, okay? I'm hearing floating. They also they might have had a dream about floating in water or something like that, right? Yeah, but there is this kind of elemental magic that came forward, right? Like this water magic, water sprite, water energy that came forward and was like, don't do this, don't do this. I'm also hearing that they might have had some kind of dream, okay, about drowning. It was a symbolic dream about them drowning in karmic energy in the past, right? It's like they were choosing just to drown themselves, and every single time they tried to save themselves, they just like sunk deeper and deeper and deeper into like the darker, colder water, right? And then this spirit guide came forward to them and was like, you have to choose, right? You have to choose what you're gonna do, right? You can keep sinking into the darkness, or you can release and let go, right? Because everything that you're holding on is weighing you down, right? It's weighing you down. Yeah, meditation, right? As they're meditating, yeah, they had this like vision, okay? This could have had to do something with about their twin flame or about something like that, yeah. But there is this vision, right? That's forget, like the forgive card, right? It's really reminding me of the forgive card, because it's like, again, I opened up and it was the twin flame card again. It was like this forget, like, because everything that you're doing is just weighing you down. It's holding you down, right? Be honest with yourself. Radical self-honesty is required, right? Be honest. 2222 was down on the clock, right? When I said that, oh my gosh. Forgive, right? Oh my gosh. Anger and pain will only weigh you down. Ascend. Forgiveness is the key to love. Empathy and compassion will lead the way, right? Have empathy. Have this empathy for yourself, right? Love your shadow self. Don't be mean to it, right? Don't think you have to cut it out. Like, we've been talking about that. It's been on the journey that we've been going on this channel, right? Like, you can't kill your ego. You can't, fight away your shadow self. You have to love that inner child, right? You have to love your shadow self. You have to understand that it serves a purpose, right? You just can't let it have control over you. You just have to get it to where, it's kind of calm, to get it to a place where it's calmer, where you're not trying to take control over it, but you're trying to be like, hey, I understand you. I have compassion. I have empathy for you. I understand you were hurt, right? But we can't keep making those decisions out of fear, right? We have to do this together in a much more healthy way. I love you. I'm there for you. But you gotta calm down. You gotta let go. You gotta let go some, right? It's like you can't force it to happen. You can't control it and push it down. And no, no, no. You kind of have to let it breathe, and you have to let it say what it needs to say. And you have to sometimes go through a stage of having anger and then realize that you can't stay in that anger stage, right? You have to let go of the anger and let go of the pain. And it's okay, right? I love you. I'm here for you. I'm supporting you. That's how you heal yourself. That's how you bring that healing to yourself, right? Wow. Forgiveness is the key to love, right? Anger and pain will only weigh you down. Ascend. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. That's amazing. Yeah. Healing karmic cycle, right? You got to heal. Karmic cycles are testing you. You need to heal past karmic cycles. Energy needs to be cleared. Focus on healing yourself to bring new positive energy. Healing yourself, right? Focus on this healing yourself, right? And what is that? Giving yourself a break, right? Don't be sitting there just, I can't believe in splash, like chastising yourself all the time for your past mistakes and your past things. Like, love yourself through it, right? You gotta love, right? We are still continuing that 2022. The love your shit The Love Yourself Challenge. It was so weird. It's 244 on the clock, and then on the on the real time clock is 2442. So look up that number, 244. Okay. Wow. Or just the number 44. Might be really big for you right now too. Manifestation. Ooh, you are manifesting this connection. Absolutely. Right? So you are manifesting, or this divine masculine is manifesting a much deeper soul connection, not only to their inner, to their shadow self, to their ego, understanding that, right? It's not about trying to silence it. It's not about trying to run it away. It's not trying to fight it and defeat it, right? Yes, because when I was shuffling, I also saw the Five of Swords, right? Being like, I have to defeat it, or I have to kill it, or I have to chase it away, right? That's that defensive mode, right? That King, Queen of Swords, to have my sword up, ready to swing, all the time. And it's like about softening yourself. And you soften yourself with love, compassion, and understanding, right? Understanding for yourself and why you chose to do some karmic things in the past, right? It's not about seeing it as giving yourself as excuses, but it's just about understanding, right? It's not an excuse, it's just an explanation. That doesn't make it okay, doesn't make it justified, right? It just means, okay, I understand why I did that, but it's time for me to see myself in a much lighter, loving, happier side, right, of myself. It's like, okay, I understand you were like a hurt child that was lashing out, that was doing these things, right? And chastising you is never going to make you feel better, right? I'm going to need to sit down and I'm going to need to tell you what's wrong. Talk to me. Open up to me. Well, I feel anger. I understand. Tell me why you feel angry. Well, I feel angry because of this and that. Well, it's okay. Everybody feels anger every once in a while, right? You're not a terrible person for feeling anger. You're not a terrible person for doing petty things in the past. I understand. And really most of the time, right? Most of the time the anger is inspired by hurt. It's inspired by pain. Well, why were you angry? Because that person really hurt me. I know, baby, it's okay, but I'm here for you, right? And it's gonna be okay. A lot. I feel like the divine masculine, this is something that they had to kind of reparent themselves in a way, right? They had to reparent their inner child because maybe this is not really what they got in their childhood, Maybe when they did things or they acted out, instead of their parent understanding that they're just a child and they're acting out because they want attention or because they need love or because, they're dealing with some kind of other anger, right? Maybe their anger or their tantrums were met with more anger, with more control. No, you need to be more controlled. You need to sit the fuck down. You need to get in the corner. We are learning, right? With this whole gentle parenting thing. I shared something on my social media the other day, not with you guys, but on my personal social media, that was about gentle it was a tweet, right? Somebody was saying gentle parenting is actually just parenting. We're just so used to treating our kids like shit, right? We are so used, not everybody, but people call gentle parenting, like, oh, this gentle parent. That's actually just the way you're supposed to parent, right? Gentleness, peace, love, and as an adult, we understand that. Are you more receptive to somebody that's like, hey, can you do this or do that? Or somebody that's like, hey, you need to do this? Like, which one are you more receptive to, right? Your kids are the same, right? Children are the same. And they need to be taught. They need to have peace and love and understanding taught to them, right? They need to be taught to not control their emotions, but understand their emotions. Well, why do you feel that way? Well, I feel because, kids ask why all the time. And parents need to answer, and they also need to ask children, to inspire children to ask themselves why. Well, why do you feel that way? Well, because this and that. Well, that's normal. They shouldn't have done that, but it's important that you express, right? Instead of getting angry, instead of matching their anger, it's important that you express, hey, I don't like that you do that. Please don't do that again. It hurt my feelings, okay? And that allows that person to have an opportunity to treat you the right way, to explain, right? These are my boundaries. This is how I need to be treated, and this is how I expect to be treated, right? You help them to understand that you respect other people's boundaries as well, right? You expect people to respect your boundaries. You respect other people's boundaries. You don't match their anger with anger, right? And it's completely natural to feel angry, right? It's natural to feel that way, or it's natural to be upset. It's natural to cry. It's okay. I cry too. Mommy cries too. Daddy cries too, right? But, it's an important part of being a human. right? And I really feel like a lot of you, or a lot, especially this divine masculine, is really learning that that's such an important part of reparenting themselves, is treating themselves the way that they should have been treated as a child, right? And to not chastise themselves, to not mirror that same energy that actually caused their trauma back to themselves, but to offer a much more softer, healing, loving energy back to themselves, right? And this is so important. And you do not have to be, you could, right? If you are not the divine masculine, you're thinking, I'm going through this too. Of course you are, because you're marrying each other, right? So this is not just a message for divine masculine. This is a message for everybody. Whether you think you're a twin flame or you don't, this is a really important message for the whole entire collective, right? It's so important to be sweet. And it's hard, right? It's hard to do this. I know myself. I'm learning how to do this myself, right? It is hard to get yourself to a point where you understand that healthy boundaries are really healthy for you. Telling people no when you don't have the time or when you don't have the energy is healthy, right? It's healthy. Now, it might piss that other person off. It might. But how they respond to you having healthy boundaries tells you a lot about how much they respect you and how much they respect your time, respect your energy, and respect you in general, right? And yeah, when you're first establishing, putting up healthy boundaries with people you haven't had healthy boundaries with, it might get kind of messy. You might lose people. People might get angry at you. They might yell at you. They might have something negative to say. Oh, you changed. Oh, you're brand new now. Oh, you can't help nobody anymore. Look, it's not about the fact that I don't want to help you. It's about the fact that I need you to have healthy boundaries. I don't want to do that. I don't have time to do that. Or I'm doing something else. I can't drop all my energy right now and give it to you, right? Yeah. Right. And this is really helping you, this divine masculine, whoever's in this energy right now, okay, to manifest in a much better connections into your life, right? Much better connections into your life. There's nothing wrong with that, right? I really want to look up something also that I shared on my personal social media, and I want to read it to you guys. Just hold on one second. Okay. And this was shared by a woman called Coach Carla, or I'm sorry, I assumed that they're a woman. They kind of look, but anyway. Um, you think you're being a low maintenance partner, but you're actually just being afraid your partners won't show up to your needs. So you pretend you don't have any. You should impact a space that you're in. It's okay to require things from the people in your life. You're not too much, right? I wanted to share that with you guys. And it's so true. You're not too much because you need things from people, right? And so many times we're taught, right? Be quiet, be silent, sit in a corner, don't need anything from me. Like get out, get out. Get out of the room. Get out of my life. I don't have time to listen to whatever the hell you're talking about, right? We have people that mirror that put that energy on us, and so we mirror that back not only to other people, right? And we mirror that back to ourselves, and we normalize this abusive behavior or this improper boundaries that we have with other people in our lives, right? And so many times we can be scared, right? That, oh, well, these people, well, who cares? Right? And I know it can be hard to say that because sometimes this can be friends, family, close people that you've been close to or that you've been codependent to in the past, right? But the important thing is that you understand is that if there's nothing wrong with you having healthy boundaries, and there's nothing wrong with you having expectations in your life, right? And people that don't want to respect your boundaries are people who want to take advantage of you, right? People who respect you are going to be like, oh, you need this in this relationship? Cool, right? It's not going to be, well, why do you need that? And why are you so needy? And oh, you're too much. And you asking too much. And you're doing the most, right? It's important, right? That when we express ourselves, that's why it's important to check out like what your love languages are, what your partner's love languages are, to understand how you express the needs and your wants in your relationship, and be open to your partner's needs and wants in relationships as well, to their goals and to all of those things, right? Open communication is so important, right? And that's any relationship, love, family, life, friends, boss, whatever it is, right? It's a big important reason of feeling a lot of self-worth and feeling a lot of self-respect. And when you have that, you have wants, you have desires, you have requirements out of people, you have boundaries with people, right? There's nothing wrong with having boundaries, right? Anybody, and like I said, at first people might have a problem. You might be acting brand new. Might be acting stuck up, aloof. Oh, you're so above it now. You're too above doing all this fuck shit. Like, yeah, I am. I'm not calling you a bad person because you want to do it. I'm just saying it's not for me anymore, right? And if that means that you want to remove yourself out of my life, you got to make your choices, right? But this is what I expect, and this is what I'm okay with, and this is what I'm not okay with. And if you're not okay with that, you can get out of my life, and it's not a loss, right? All that I'm losing is somebody who doesn't respect me. All I'm losing is somebody who doesn't want to respect my boundaries. And although I know it can feel hurtful, right? We have to understand that people are in a place where they have to make, all you can do is set your boundaries, set your expectations, set your requirements, right? Or set your must-haves in a relationship, or accept your no, that's a no-go for me. And if people can't respect that, that's on them. That's their loss, right? Because you are being a healthy partner, brother, son, mother, daughter, sister, best friend. You are, or employee, you are being the best, healthiest version of yourself by setting those boundaries and setting those requirements, right? Now, I'm not telling you you're going to go walk into your boss's office and go, my healthy boundaries are that I make $23 an hour, period, poo, okay? I'm not saying that you're going to be able to do that, you know? But if you know, right? If you've done the research and that you know, hey, I actually do deserve to be paid much more, right? It is your boss's decision to go, no, I don't think so. But you know, if you look at if you look at what other people that have your same qualifications are getting paid and your boss can't pay you that, make your own decisions, right? But part of having self-respect is knowing your worth, right? Recognizing your worth. And you can't force other people to recognize your worth. All you can do is say, this is my boundary. And if people don't want to match up to that, let them naturally fall out of your life, right? Or remove yourself from their life, or allow them to remove themselves from your life. You don't have to force it. You don't have to say, no, you will respect me. People don't, unfortunately, the truth of the matter is people don't have to respect you. But if you have a boundary and people don't want to match that, or people don't want to respect that, why are you fighting to have them in your life? Regardless of their relation, right? You're saying, this is what I need. This is what qualifies me is you having respect for me, and people don't want to match that. Why are you fighting? If they don't want to freely match up to it, they're a hindrance. They're resistance in your life. They're resistance to the energy and to the people that you want to have in your life. Let them leave. Let that space open up so that somebody else who is ready to match those requirements can come into your life, right? And we can't be scared to let people walk out of our lives, right? We can't be scared to allow that energy to open up, right? Because so much of the time, you know, we will hold on to toxic friends or family members or relationships, and then it's not till we get out and we spend some time by ourselves and we heal ourselves and we recognize our self-worth. And when somebody just wonderful walks into our life and we're like, why was I fighting so hard to have those past people in my life? Why was I fighting so hard for those toxic people to stay in my life? Because you wanted somebody that wasn't going to show you the worth that you were to show it to you. Because you thought that them not showing you your worth was a reflection of what you were actually worth. And it's not. It's a reflection on their inability to show you your worth. And most likely, it's their inability to see that worth inside themselves, which is why they don't give it to other people. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Oh my gosh. Can I pick this up? Pupil, right? And for a lot of you, these people, you're going to be showing these people, right? You know what? You'll learn. You know what? You can't respect my boundaries. Goodbye. And it doesn't have to be a, well, fuck you, get the fuck out. It doesn't have to be all that. It doesn't have to be, you don't respect me. You can't. It doesn't have to be all that. Just, okay. And let it be. Those people will naturally remove themselves from your life, okay? Because some of these people will be narcissistic people and things like that will get scared. Like, oh my God, this person is learning their worth. I got to go find a new victim elsewhere. Okay. But you're going to learn today. You're going to learn that I'm not the one to do that to. And I'm not going to force you to know that. I'm just going to stand in my truth. I'm going to respectfully, and I forgive you. I forgive you. I hope you learn moving on forward. But besides that, I can't do nothing else. We teach people, right, how we want to be treated, or how we expect to be treated, but how we treat ourselves. And that includes who we allow to be in our life. If you allow users to be in your life, well, that shows people that you have a lower self-respect. And I know that can be harsh to realize, but when I say self-acceptance, self-honesty, radical self-honesty, that's what I mean. Like, oh shit, clearly, right? Why was I, like I said, why was I fighting so hard for those people that were misusing me and abusing me to be in my life? Why? It's about understanding. It's not about how they want to treat you. It's about what you will accept. What actions, what treatment will you accept from them? How they choose to treat people. If they choose to treat people like things that are just their tools in their life to get what they want, right? That's on them. It's not on you to teach them how to treat you better, right? It's on you to say, this is what I expect. If they don't want to live up to it, that's on them, right? That's on them. But it is also on you to have realistic expectations out of people, you know, of course. You know, but expecting to be treated with respect and all that, that's the bare minimum, honey. And guess what? You deserve better than the bare minimum. Stop fighting for somebody to give you the bare minimum. You deserve so much better. And when you fight for people to give you the bare minimum, you tell the universe, well, all I'm expecting is the bare minimum. All I feel like I'm worth is the bare minimum. No. Stop fighting for people who want to give you the bare minimum. No. You can't give me the common decency? Why should I fight to have you in my life? Why should I fight for you? You won't even fight for your damn self. For a lot of you, after you move on and you move on to much better, healthier friendships and much better, like it's gonna be seen, right? That's how you teach people, is that you just move on. You know, you're not trying to get revenge. You're not trying to be petty. You're not trying to do all of this. Like, oh, look at my new boo. Look at this. I'm saying, you just move on and you're happy. You just move on. You're happy. And you're not thinking about them. Especially right now with Mercury Retrograde, be careful. Be careful about people. You know, if they come into your life and they want to forgive you, okay. But it's really up to you whether or not you want people in your life or not, right? Because somebody will show you how they act, how they treat you. When somebody shows you who they are, or when they show you how they feel about you, believe them, right? Believe them. And I know it can be really hurtful to be like, wow, you think so little of me, or wow, you only think I'm worth this. Well, the truth is, honey, I'm worth this. If you don't want to give it to me, you can see your way the fuck right out of my life, okay? And that's okay. And they might say all kind of, well, you'll be alone for the rest of your life. Then I'll be alone and I'll be happy taking care of myself for the rest of my life. But I'm not going to be with you. Why would I compromise to be with you? Okay? Don't worry about it. And that's not the truth anyway. What it just means is that that person is projecting the fact that they're worried that they'll be alone because they're getting rejected by you. Okay? Hello? Thank you, Spirit. They codependent on you. Right? People that are codependent on you will always try to make you feel like you're the problem. Will always try to make you feel like you being independent, you wanting more, you having goals, you having hopes, you having dreams. That's the problem. Oh, you got all these high standards? That's your problem. Oh, you don't want to settle? That's your problem. No, honey. Your problem is that you just want to settle. Is that you don't want to reach for higher expectations out of yourself. That's your business. Don't try to project that on me, right? And it requires all this shadow work to get to a place where you like really, where you acknowledge this, when it like just clicks into your brain. And then a further step, you really start putting it into practice around people behind you, right? Around you. And yeah, you might get into a stage where you're angry at first because you're like, what the fuck? Why would they treat me? Oh my God, I deserve so much more. I'm gonna quit and I deserve to be treated like this. You know, but then you start to get to a point where you kind of relax, right? And you let the way you treat yourself speak for you, where you don't have to scream, I deserve better, I'm a queen, treat me better, I deserve better, I'm a queen, treat me better. With just the way you walk, with just the way you talk, with just the way you treat yourself, with just the people that you allow to be in your life speaks volumes for itself. And you don't have to sit there yelling at the top of your lungs anymore. You don't have to sit there yelling at the people in your life or yelling energetically at the people in your life that you deserve this. You just know you deserve it, and that's what you attract, right? And you attract people who are just going to naturally treat you that way, right? And the people who can't treat you that way are going to be naturally intimidated and fall away from you and fall out of your life, you know? And some of them will and skulk away, and some of them will, oh, she thinks she, oh, well, who cares? I don't care how you act. I know what I deserve. Yeah. Runner. right? Then you'll turn into this runner. Instead of turning into the chaser, right? Instead of being the chaser right at the beginning of this, you were the chaser, right? But this full moon, this is what you're releasing. Oh, look at this. Full moon, right? This is what you are releasing. This separation from this energy, from this codependent energy, from this chasing. You're turning into the runner, right? These people are like, wait, I thought we had something. Someone is running away. Like, no. Instead, you know, instead of being the chaser, you turn into the one. No, this is what I expect. And when you show the universe, this is what I expect, the universe says, okay, here you go. I'm getting a call right now and it has 888 at the beginning of there. 888, okay. You got abundance flowing into your life, boo. And that's what you, okay. New moon energy, right? The end of an old cycle and the beginning of a new one. Hello? And this is, man, right? Okay, right? Having honesty about the karmic cycles in your life, right? About these three-dimensional karmic cycles. And, you know, and also having an understanding of, you know, this is the way we were taught. So many of us are taught to think this way, in the past, right? Because there's so many people out there that don't want to break out of the system. There's so many people that want to subscribe to the matrix. There's so many people who want to get caught in this right here, marrying other people's karmic energy back to them, right? There's a lot of people that also get caught up in talking about what they deserve, but still taking compromises, right? But a lot of people have fear to actually have those expectations, right? To actually do the hard work of, yeah, if I have to be by myself, okay. If I got to be by myself for a year or two, okay. If I need to spend some time healing, okay. It takes time, right? It takes time to learn that about yourself, and that's okay too, right? Don't worry about it. I'd rather take my time and heal, right? Instead of jumping out of an old relationship and jumping straight into a new one. I'd rather take my time, heal, be by myself, learn to love myself, learn to be there with myself, learn to do all of this, right? And I'm not saying that you can't do that with another person too, right? But it is important to spend on this journey, to spend some time by yourself reflecting on all of this, because it's important to have respect for your next partner or for the next people that you'll accept into your life, because you'll realize as long as you're walking in this old energy, those are the people you're gonna manifest into your life, right? But when you're on this deep shit, and when you're going in and when you're giving that love and empathy and compassion and healing energy to yourself, and you're okay with it, that's when you start manifesting different types and different energy into your life, because you are a different energy. You're walking a different energy. You're not just talking that energy, you're walking it, right? And you're manifesting that into the three dimension. Oh gosh. All right, towers falling, because you're like, nope, I'm over it. And it's not being rebuilt, right? A tower coming up in reverse means that you're not rebuilding on this old foundation, right? This foundation can't be rebuilt on, right? It's completely tearing its way down, and you're completely re-entering a new system in your life, right? Sun, new happiness, new freedom, new light, new, oh my God, the energy of, okay, star, sun and star. There's that moon card too, right? And as you turn your back on this moon, shadowy, mystery, it's above me, I don't get it, I'm confused about it energy. As you turn your back on that moon energy, right? You turn your face forward, right? Into this sun energy, right? That turn your back, the way I said that though, there's nothing wrong with embracing that moon understanding, deeper psychic connection energy as well, right? But for a lot of you, I feel like you have been turning your back on that deeper knowledge, right? On the deeperness, right? And right, you want to face the sun, you want to be in the stars, you want to be in the light all the time, but the truth is, you know, you want to chase away the darkness, but the truth is you need both. You need both to balance the shadow work, right? You got to walk through the shadow path first, and then the sun appears, right? You got to go through that dark night to find that bliss again, right? To be on that uptake. And that's where a lot of you are, right? You've walked through that dark night, you've walked through that plane, right? You've gone inside, you've met your shadow self, you're learning, right? And you're saying, hey, it's okay. You know, you can come on this journey with me. Hey, it's okay. But you're taking the much healed version of your shadow self, right? Yeah. And for a lot of you, it's learning how to stand up, how to have that independence for yourself, right? That kind of like 9 of Pentacles energy. Ooh, yeah. Like I said, right? You ducked off for a little bit. 4 of Swords. right? You ducked off, you laid low, you backed off, you meditated, right? You went into rest mode, you went into healing mode, right? So that you could find that sun in yourself again. Ooh, yes, the Fool. And now you emerged, right? Brand new, renewed into the sun. Look at you. Okay? Got your little dog with you too. He's so happy. Look how happy that little dog is. I was like, yeah, right? And you're ending contracts, right? You're walking away from these old karmic contracts, right? And you're ending them, right? Ooh, yes. Thank you, Spirit. 23, the number 23 is standing out to me really strong right now, you know, breaks down to number 5, you know, right? Changing, major changes coming into your life so that you can go through this, right? It takes a lot. And it takes a lot of tower moments happen in between this, coming into that moon path and coming out into the sun again, right? This ascension path, you know, it's a journey, right? And you're at the beginning, right? You're at the beginning, ready to go on this journey to the next, right? Ready for the next. Coming up, heart forward, face up. Yes, I believe. I have faith. I'm taking that leap of faith. I believe, right? And it's right for some reason this this robe, which it doesn't, it kind of looks like, but it's reminding me of the King of Pinnacles, or reminding me of like the Ten of Pinnacles as well. Yeah, it just King of Pinnacles. Yes, yes, it is. Walking away from the drama. Gotta get out of here. Nope. I'm leaving total drama island. Gotta go. Gotta find that peace, right? Find that stability, finding that peace, finding that abundance, finding that love. Yes, leaving behind confusion. I've made my choice. I know what I'm doing, right? I've learned what I need to learn and I'm going towards it, right? Beautiful. Yeah. Look, there's that 10, right? There's that 10 of cups. What's behind it? Yeah. Laying behind, laying down, right? That Magician card too, right? Some of y'all felt like, for some of y'all, this whole, remember I was talking about earlier about how, you know, we are taught to live a certain way and to think, you know, why are you chasing after your dreams and your expectations and the dream, you know? Some of us are really being told, you know, some of us get into the matrix where we think, oh, you know, you know, having that life that you want so much, right? Like, it's a fool's dream, right? It's a fool's dream, you know? So many of us taught that, and so many of you felt so weighed down by the thought of finding this. And it was 52:25 on the clock when I said that marrying energy, right? You felt like it was kind of like behind a veil, right? You felt so weighed down by the thought of having this, of wanting it. It felt almost like a burden. And Spirit is saying you're not going to find it by looking at it like a burden, by looking at it like it's so heavy. It's kind of this feeling of like, it's so much expectation that you had on yourself, right? So much expectation of what, you know, I'm really getting like for some of you the twin flame journey, right? The thought of it was such a heavy burden. Specifically, possibly for this divine masculine, they might have really been turning their back, right? Turning their back on it because it felt like such a heavy burden. Like, how can I ever really have that? I was never taught how to have it. You know, some of them might have been really worried because of the way they were raised, the way they were taught. Maybe they were worried about having this, being like a high vibrational partner, being a high vibrational father or mother, you know, being, you know, how am I going to raise a kid? I was never even taught how to raise a kid and all this stuff, you know, kind of this fear. It felt like a burden to live up to the expectations of having this happiness, right? But it's almost like false expectations. It's like, it's not as hard as you think, right? Having this 10 of cups is just about choosing your happiness, right? Not choosing what strokes your ego, not choosing that, but choosing what really makes you happy, chasing after your dreams, right? unapologetically chasing after them, right? And for specifically this divine masculine, I'm going to go back to this. For a lot of them, they had to lay to rest this kind of going back, higher self, higher self, lower self, right? Juggling this energy, being out of balance and juggling this energy. The Ten of Swords here, right? A lot of them, you know, it was a lot of, I don't know how to be this way. How do I teach myself how to be this way? How do I teach myself all this stuff we were talking about, right? How do I learn that? And a lot of them might have seen having a family as a burden because of the way their family made them feel like a burden, right? Maybe a lot of them subconsciously didn't even realize it, which, you know, some of us, a lot of us that deal with a lot of childhood trauma, we don't realize, right? We don't realize that we are holding on to these big, huge burdens, that family, getting married, settling down, having kids is a burden because we, as when we were children, were made to feel like a burden in one way or another, you know? Or it might have been this energy of, why would I want to bring a child into this world? This world's so fucked up, and all that kind of energy. You hear people say stuff like that too, right? Maybe this person felt like they struggled their whole life. Why would I want to bring a child just to struggle, right? And it's kind of about thinking about it differently, and to understanding that love, yeah, okay. I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say life, but love doesn't have to be a struggle. This person really felt really burdened by love, by the expectations, feeling like they couldn't live up to expectations, right? Some of them, especially specifically the divine masculine, might have felt like they had a huge burden living up to the expectations of being with this divine feminine, right? And deeper than that, right? Because that's what this energy brings into your life, right? It wakes you up to all your deeper subconscious fears, right? And your fears and your desires, right? And it's like, wow, I actually really want this more than I thought. But I had all of this trauma, all of this baggage. Bag a lady, you gon' hurt your back. Dragging all those bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you all you must hold on to is you, is you, is you. One day they gon' say you crowded my space. I feel like that's what they had to turn to their shadow self and say, all this shit we're dragging around is holding us back. It's dragging us down, you know? And they had to learn how to have compassion for their ego and their shadow self as well, right? Because they had to understand their ego, their shadow self was just this hurt little child that was like, I don't want to do that, and I don't want to do this because it hurts me and it scares me, and I got hurt and I got yelled at and I got punished for just being a kid. So being a kid is hard, so don't have a kid, you know? And they realized they had to go into their shadow self and say, hey, it's okay. You know, hey, it's okay. It's okay that you're scared. But we'll do this. We'll be there together. It's okay. Right? Wow. This is so much deep work here, right? So proud. I'm so proud. This is so... Every single time we have these deep, deep readings like this, I'm just like, you guys. Right? You're doing the work. You're doing this deep, deep, deep work. And it's not easy. It's not easy to do this work. Because it requires a deeper level of honesty than most of us have ever had with ourselves in our life, about really digging down, really asking that why. Well, why do you feel that way? Well, why do you react that way? Really being self-reflective about a lot of things in our life and realizing that we are manifesting our own confusion by not understanding that, by just telling ourselves, get over it, move on, whatever, you know. At some point, yeah, you have to tell yourself, get over it, move on, you know. You gotta confront it and then let it go, right? And then really let it go, and let it go, and let it go, and let it go. I'm not gonna sing that song. Right? But if it resonates for you, you let it resonate, right? You gotta let go of this soul contract, right? A lot of them too, because the Hierophant can also mean seeking forgiveness. A lot of them didn't realize that they needed to seek forgiveness and have forgiveness for themselves. They didn't realize how deeply they were punishing themselves, for their past, for their actions, you know? You got to get to a point where you let it go. Like, hey, yeah, you fucked up in the past. You got to let it go. You got to move on. You got to forgive yourself. And it takes time, right? It takes time to do that. It takes time to heal. It takes time to tell yourself over and over again, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. See how I treat myself? See how I treat you? See how I have these right? And it's so many layers of how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, what kind of expectations you have around yourself and around your friends and around your family and around people around you, right? And sometimes we don't even realize how deep it goes. And it can go as deep as, you know, as our sleep schedules and how we keep our house and how we treat our friends and our family and our animals and our loved ones and our kids and our spouse. And, you know, and it takes a while to dig down deep, right? To really get into that heart space, right? The lovers. It takes a while, right? To get down to where you have this choice, right? It took a while for the lovers to, you know, to appear, right? To have this choice, to really, really dig down into their heart space. And that's what they're doing. Because for a lot of them, they were scared, you know? Men and women get a really bad rap, you know? Sometimes women, when we are incarnated into the feminine form, you know, we take advantage for how much we are allowed to be in our emotions, right? As much as I do recognize, right, we are told, oh, you're too emotional, you're too this or too that, right? At the end of the day, it's a lot more accepting for us to be in our emotions and to be emotional and to cry and to do those things, right? Than it is for a man to be expected or be allowed to do that, right? So many of them are taught, you know, boys don't cry, man up, get over it, be tough, for so long, and they hear that for so long that they don't allow themselves to get in touch, right, with that deeper side of themselves. And even when they do get in touch with those deeper selves, because it's hard, right? And I feel like even in the tarot community, I've seen it, you know, like so much of the time as the feminine energy, since we are so much more in touch with our emotions, which is what this journey is about, right? This 3D journey is about getting in touch with your emotions and understanding why you feel things the way that you do. We awaken first, you know? So when we come at this to an awakened state, we reach an awakened state where we are kind of like, why? Like, come on, leave the karmic already. This is so obvious. Let it go, move on, get over it. Just get in. Why is it so hard for you just to get in touch with your emotions? Just follow your heart. You know what your heart wants. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? You know, but we take advantage of the fact that we are allowed, and also chemically, like our body, chemistry, physically is much more in touch with our emotions, as well as psychologically, society wise. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact terminology that I really want to use, that my spirit guides really want to use for this, right? But it's like, as a society, it's much more accepting. We're much more accepted in our social consciousness. It is much more accepting for us to be much more in touch, and also, you know, on the way our brains are wired. It's much easier for us to get in touch with our emotions, right? And for us to dig down deep into those things. And physically, a man can do it, but our ego and our 3D ego-based self has these huge walls around that, you know? And it can happen that way for women too. It just depends on your personal situation, right? But this particular divine person found it very hard to get in touch with their emotions, found it very hard, you know? They have a lot of emotions underneath it, but they were taught for a really long time, you know, to cut that shit out, right? I just keep hearing that boys don't cry. And I'm hearing, there's a movie too, that Boys Don't Cry movie. That movie might have a significance, or you might want to look up that movie. Didn't it have like Hilary Swank? Isn't that her name? I think so. I've seen that movie a couple of times. It's really heavy. I do remember it. Even as I watched it when I was much, much younger. It's been years since I watched it. Years and years and years. But I was much younger, but even as a young person, I was like, oh, wow, this is really heavy. Ooh, I'm just remembering some scenes from that movie. Yeah, that's a really heavy movie. A warning for that movie, it also has physical assault in it, okay? So be aware of that. It is not a child-friendly movie. The Empress, right? Getting in touch with those deeper, the Lover's card again, right? Getting in touch, walking away. What are we walking away from? Turning our back, right? Turning our back from the mysteries, from the confusion, from turning our back on the shadow path, right? Walk, right? See how this person here is turning their back on this that they've built up, right? This is societal pressures and thoughts, and turning their back and walking towards this moon. Instead of turning their back on it and ignoring their deeper feminine, emotional, healing side, right, that they can offer themselves. It's about them walking towards that moon, facing it, right? Thank you, Spirit. Wow. Yeah. Slow but steady, right? Slow but steady. I'm hearing the tortoise and the hare, right? You know, slow and steady wins the race. Ooh, look at that. Queen of Cups. If as the Divine Feminine, you've really been doing a lot of this too, please understand that though your masculine might not be showing it, and they might be a few steps behind you, right? They're trying to go towards that King of Pentacles, but they might be a Knight of Pentacles right now. But they are working towards it, right? A Knight of Pentacles is somebody that has obstacles being pushed in their way that is slowing them down, but they are fighting them, right? And right now, that's the societal pressure and things from their childhood. Understand, right? We as divine beings have to be understanding about other people around us, including not only people who are unawakened, but also people who are in the process of awakening, right? It's not easy. It's not an easy process, and we go through so many stages of blame, of projection, of anger, of misunderstanding, of confusion. Then we come out of those, right? Sometimes we can get stuck in those, right? I got stuck in my blame, anger, confusion state for almost a year. So it takes time. It takes energy. It takes a lot of energy and a lot of time. And it just really depends on how deep it really goes for this person, right? And I hear it runs deep. Still waters run deep is what I'm hearing. Like, also the movie Almost Famous. There might be something in there for that, for that, you guys, too. Oh, it's all happening. It's all happening. That's what I just heard, right? Yeah. Yeah. They're really, really, really holding on to. What is it that they're holding on to? They were. I want to say that. They were holding on to for so long, right? Right? This turning it. They were holding on to it for so long, right? Because they were scared. They were scared. They didn't want to face that side of themselves. They didn't want to face their trauma. They didn't want to face all the really dark places that they were going to have to go. Memories that they were going to have to relive and face and deal with, right? Also things they did themselves, right? Queen of Pentacles, right? Going up from that Knight to the Queen, eventually to the King, right? Divine Feminine here too. There's also this like Queen of Pentacles, really abundant energy that's coming to you too. You might be getting a really grand idea, right? Having this moment like Eureka. There it is, like boom, download right into your crown chakra, right? Third eye, in your third eye too, just like boom. Really quick awakening, blessing, right? This death energy, right? This transformational energy coming into your life. Like, boom, I gotta let this go. I gotta move on. I'm also was really being guided to put that up here around this opportunity, right? Some like this divine masculine, or you might have had this Queen of Pentacles person come towards you and offer something, and you got this idea to put it to an end, right? To put it to an end here, to end this. Getting a divine blessing, which is this Ace of Wands here. To put it to an end, with the Queen of Pentacles, or to put some offer, right? I said that, right? Some monetary offer coming to them, and they put it to an end. They turn their back on it. I'm hearing someone say, you fool. Like, what the hell? You fool. Like, that's how this person felt. Yeah, judgment in reverse. They're realizing that they misjudged a particular person, or misjudged putting so much stock into what one particular person said, or you know, they're just like waking up and receiving this. Okay, Spirit. Okay, all right. We'll talk about that too. Is there anything else? Dropping, easing regrets, dropping and easing regrets, leaving that behind. It's behind there. Ending, right? Defending themselves here. There is this King of Wands in reverse energy here, like this holding myself back, not doing it, letting all my past failures and everything stop me, giving into depression, downness. This is also them defending themselves, defending themselves against this karmic energy, right? From within and from, you know, outside of them, right? Other people around them, as well as the karmic energy that got put into them, right? That they have been in, right? Yes. It's about them having strength over that, right? Having strength, having patience, and seeing as they're saying no to themselves, and saying no to their ego, as they're saying no to chasing after these karmic things and chasing after these karmic people and these karmic opportunities. They're seeing their strength gather. They're seeing their confidence gather. They are seeing that, right? And they're like, wow, right? Wow. They're seeing it, right? They can see the outcome of it. They can see that they're reaping the rewards of that, right? Yeah. And it's also here about turning away, right? And speaking of reaping the rewards, right? 6 of Wands. This person is getting some kind of public recognition, or some kind of like somebody here in this person's life is being like, yes, like, oh my God, yes, you're doing it. Like, yes, absolutely. And it's giving them, you know, they might have a lot of people in their life that were a lot of karmic energies, or a lot of people who are unawakened, or a lot of people who are still choosing their lower selves around them, right? But they have, I'm getting one particular person that's around them. Like I said, it could be a spirit guide. It could be, you know, like somebody that's teaching them, somebody that they're watching, or somebody that they're getting a lot of inspiration from. This could be, you know, like a older sibling, or, you know, some kind of professor or teacher, or, you know, guide. It could be here in the 3D, or, you know, in the spirit world. This is a general reading, so it's gonna, you know, that's really like being like, yes. And every time they're making that, they're just like, yes, I'm so proud of you. Like, yes, do it, do it, do it, do it. Like, absolutely. Oh my God, this is so amazing. And instead of really reinforcing themselves, right, with the negative doubt, fear energy that other people mirror back to them, they are mirroring back that, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. And every single time they're like, wow, like I was saying earlier, they're reading, wow, 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 yes, 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 I can. I'm doing it. Hell yeah. Yeah. And they're just feeling better every single day. And they're noticing, like, the more they give to that energy, the better and better and better. And they're like, shit, I guess it's working. So let's do it, right? Okay. So we're going to draw one of these Seed and Sickles to finish out the reading here. I'm going to read out of the book. Uh-oh. Why is it upside down? Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, no. Somebody's got turned upside down. Let's go. Oh, almost messed it up. Oh, goodness. This Buttercup card is really standing out to me a lot. We'll see what comes out, though. Okay, one more. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Spirit's like, these are upside down, too. I can go back and correct them after the reading, Spirit. Ah, okay. Jasmine. And I just uprighted Jasmine, and it still flew out in the reverse. Okay? So Jasmine, number 10. Ooh, calm down. And here on the back we have Alder, right? And Alder is about getting spirit guide warning messages, right? Again, right? This message, hey, oh, look at this. And Rowan is right here. Rowan 2. Oh my gosh, they're just talking so much. Rowan 2 is about feeling stuck and getting out in nature, right? Getting out in nature and like really getting that creativity back from nature, which is exactly what I was talking about, right? Meditating, getting out in nature, being beside that stream, getting that download, right? Be aware of that, right? Spirit guides are letting you know. Wow, right? Yeah. And foxglove too. Foxglove is about merging your old self and your past self, letting your past self die, right? And accepting this new version of yourself, right? Wow. Okay. Okay, they really, I was trying to remember. I do remember some of what Jasmine is, right? All these cards have two different meanings that they have behind them because they're two different books. There's a dawn book and a dusk book, right? And I'm really being guided today to read out of the dawn book, okay? So, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, let me read it to you. This is crazy. This is basic. Oh, this is so beautiful. Thank you, spirits. So, Jasmine, you're taking some initial steps on your journey, but you're starting to flounder. Perhaps you feel as though you could have set out on a different direction. Choose a new direction, right? You are setting out on this new direction, right? Or maybe perhaps you feel like you should have set out in a different direction, or others are calling you foolish for doing things the wrong way. Oh my gosh, Spirit, you're so perfect. But you chose this path for a reason. Jasmine always grows exactly where it means to, and so do you. You know exactly where you're going and why. Don't let your doubts or the scorn of others make you question yourself. Oh my gosh, how perfect is that, you guys? That is literally exactly what this whole entire reading was about. Oh, thank you, Spirit. This is beautiful, right? Oh, look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that, right? You guys can see that for yourselves. I love this deck. It is so beautiful and it is so synchronistic, and it's just on it, right? It is absolutely just on it. Okay, exactly. You know where you're going. Others might doubt you. Oh, you brand new now, huh? Oh, you this now. Oh, you that now. Spirit saying no, sweetie. You know what you're doing. You might feel like you're struggling, right? We all go through that dark night. We all start on that path and it feels so blissful, and then all of a sudden dark night hits us and we're like, oh, why did I do this? Why did I choose to awaken? Death is painful, right? Death is painful. Death takes time. Death, it's scary. It's unknown. What's on the other side, right? Who will I be on the other side of this? And it takes time and it takes patience. And it takes understanding to go through all these processes, right? But you're seeing you can see it, right? You're seeing it. You might have been confused. It might have been mysterious. You might have not been able to see what was on the other side of it, but Spirit is saying, go, 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 go. You might not have been able to see exactly what the next step was going, or why you were choosing to do some things the way that you were choosing to do them, or why Spirit was asking you to do this and don't do that, but do this, why? And you are really starting to see, right? Spirit works in mysterious ways, divine blessings, right? You're being given a divine blessing, or you have been given a real or will receive a divine gift. Use it wisely. Keep an open mind. Gifts can come in many shapes and sizes. The divine works in mysterious ways, right? Spirit said you needed to take this divine blessing and just go with it. Trust yourself. Trust in the divine. Trust in your guidance, right? Trust that they are leading you, right? You might not understand, but retrospect, right? There's so many things in my journey that when I was going through it, I was like, why? But now I'm on the other side of it and I'm like, because, right? Because it worked out like that, right? Trust. Have faith in yourself, right? Kind of reminds me of like an egg. Something about an egg here, right? The shape of it is reminding me of an egg. So I was guided to look at it upside down again. Spirit was saying it came up upside down for a reason, right? Not necessarily to read it upside down, but it came upside down for a reason. Yeah. That's what I needed to get out of it. Somebody needed to know something about that, an egg or jasmine. Somebody might have jasmine that grows around their house, or they might like the smell of jasmine. They might have been given a gift that had a jasmine flower on it, or had the scent of jasmine, or somebody might need to buy some kind of jasmine essential oils or jasmine something, you know. Or they might have had some kind of like jasmine brooch, or somebody's name could be Jasmine, right? Let it resonate as it does for you, right? Also the letter 10, right? Big, right? Big with the tens, right? Because we got the 10 of swords, right? We got the 10 of cups, we got the 10 of wands, we got lots of tens here. Right? And 10's about the completion, right? The completion and going, starting over in a new cycle, right? 10 is at the completion. You're at the end, right? That's what Spirit's saying. You're at the end. You're making it through. You're starting to see the light, right? You're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Keep going, right? Keep pushing yourself. You're going. It's okay. Love yourself. Love yourself all through this, right? Especially right now during Mercury retrograde, right? You might have had some miscommunications, or some, you know, some mishaps or something like that happen, right? Especially with technology and things like that. Just be aware. Don't manifest it for yourself, but just be aware. If stuff like that's happening, it's happening for a reason, right? Oh my goodness. As I said that, my shirt popped open. Hold up. I am a lady. Okay, anyway. Thank you guys so much for being here, okay? What? Okay, wait. Spirit wants me to bring a card here. Okay. Okay. Look at this. Communicate clearly, right? In recovery. This recovery that you are going through is going to help bring in clearer communication from your spirit guides on the other side of this, okay? Mercury retrograde ends on February the 3rd, I think it is. Mercury comes direct, right? Mercury comes direct on the 3rd. So, you know, just keep pushing through this next few weeks, okay? And you're going to be okay. You know, take your time. Look over everything. Make sure that you're thinking before you speak, or thinking before you send text, or thinking before you sign any contracts, double reading stuff. Just really, but really mainly focus on, right, this recovery, right? Mainly focus on that, and communicate clearly with yourself and with other people around you, right? Communicate clearly through this recovery. That's what it's going to help you do, right? Really focus a lot on your throat chakra right now, right? Okay. Thank you guys so much. And that was another long one, but you know, Spirit's got stuff to say. Spirit's got stuff to say. Thank you so much for being here with me, you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you to everyone that, you know, donates to the channel, who gets a personal reading, who is here, liking, commenting, sharing. Thank you for all of your most beautiful comments. You know, you guys are dolls. I love you guys so much, okay? If you're not subscribed to the channel, think about subscribing. You know, thank you if you made it all the way here to the end of the reading. We're at 122, of course. 122, of course. Thank you. Something else you want to say, Spirit? Something else about this Jasmine? Something about Mandela? Like maybe some of you are like studying like Mandela effects or doing something like that. Something about an artifact as well. Okay. What else? Is that all? Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Thank you so much for being with me, you guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, think about subscribing. If you are subscribed, thank you, lovely. And I will see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye.